Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make a simple apron, and if you're interested in learning this, keep watching to the end. Here is what we did. First of all, folded our fabric using the largest part of this apron, which is the down part of this apron. And for the down part, I used a measurement of 17 divided by 2, which will give you 8.5. So this fabric is folded by 8.5. Now, considering where you want your apron to start from on your chest, you place the measurements there and measure down to your waist. For this one, I'm using the measurements of 12. From the point I want my apron to start to my waist is 12. And I marked there. And then from there, I measured down to my knee, to the full length of the apron, which I used 33 inches. Then I added about 2 inches for hemming allowance, and I marked it. After that, I measured the width of the down part of this apron, which is 17 divided by 2. So I placed the measurement 8.5, but I used 10 inches there, just for hemming allowance. So I marked there, and the top of this apron, I was going to use 9 inches as the width. So I marked half of 9 inches, which is 8.5. So I marked the point there and gave about 2 inches hemming allowance. In this case, I want this apron to be in a block form. Some people would like it to be like a triangle, at the edges, but here I want it to be in a block form. That's why I made it like this. So after this, I go ahead to mark out my line. Now the edge of this apron, I don't want it to be just block form. I just want it to be kind of curvy. So I'm just going to make a curve at the edge there. It's not too serious, just make a little curve, so the edges doesn't look sharp. That's just what I did, and I think I'm done here. Okay, I also went ahead up on the chest of this apron. I also made the same curve. So I don't want it to look too sharp. Just made a little curve there. I think at this point your apron is almost ready. I go ahead to cut out my apron. Now for the pocket of my apron, I'm going to make it just one pocket. It's not an apron that has 2 pockets. So for the width of this apron pocket, I want it to be 7 inches by width and 10 inches length. So I measured out this, placing my fabric on fold, measured out 10 inches, adding my seam allowance, and measured out 7 inches by width. Also added my seam allowance. Also, I want the pocket to have a curve at the edge. I don't want it to be just block. So I also made that curve I made on my apron. Then I went ahead to cut it out. Considering that this material with this fabric is a light one, so I thought making use of it like this as one piece for the pocket will make it tear up easily. So I decided to cut out 2 pieces of this pocket, turned it up before attaching it to my apron. So this is me cutting out the second piece of this apron pocket. So here is the two piece I've already cut out. So this is where I'm going to sew it up in order to turn up this two fabrics. So I'll sew it along these lines and up to this place, leaving these two edges open. That is where I'll turn up my fabric from. Now here are the ropes I'm going to use for my apron, for the neck rope and the side ropes. So this is how I'm going to turn it up to make it look neat. You fold one edge like this, fold the other, and then fold the two again, just like this. Then you sew on top of it. Your apron rope is ready. So after this, you take your pieces to the sewing machine and join up your parts. Your apron is ready.